Hello everyone, welcome to my cooking channel once again, and today we're making stew peas. The peas have been soaking in water, and I prepared it with a little salt, garlic powder, thyme, and onion powder. A tablespoon of salt and an eighth of a teaspoon of everything else that I've mentioned. So the beans have been soaking for a while here now. So the beans have been soaking for 12 hours because I soaked them overnight, and see, they got pretty big, soak up all the water and all the seasonings that we did there. So they're ready to be cooked. So we're going to cover this up here and actually start putting the flame on low, and you're going to keep it on a low heat until it starts boiling a little bit. And we're also going to add to this some beef, stew beef, which we have here. A pound and a half of stew beef, and I was looking for a pigtail, but they didn't have pigtail at the market, so we wound up getting a what are these over here called? Pork hocks, right? And this what this is gonna do is gonna give the beans a great flavor, a good rich flavor. Pork always does it for everything, even when you make sauce. You're also gonna add on to a pepper. We're gonna fry up half a pepper. We're gonna leave half a pepper to the side when the beans are almost done. An onion, medium-sized onion. Also 3 cloves of garlic. What you want to do here also is season all the meat first too, which we're gonna do in a minute. So we're gonna season our meat. We're gonna add a tablespoon of salt, eighth of a tablespoon of onion powder, thyme, crushed black pepper, and onion powder. That's what you're going to use for your seasoning here. We're also going to use a tablespoon of green seasoning too. Alright, so we're going to add the meat into the bowl. Good lean red meat there is what you need for this. And believe me, this meat's gonna just fall apart in the beans when you start cooking it, because the beans are gonna actually cook for like a good 3 hours. Alright, so we added our seasonings, and these are our pork hogs. I got one that was split. So we're gonna take care of this meat first, and then we'll season the hog. So this is a green seasoning that I use. I use the Goya one. Recadito. It has all the green seasonings in here that you need. It's good for meat, soup, beans, any type of stew. So here we are. We just seasoned up the hocks. Just mix everything up together very well. And what you want to do too is let all this meat that we just seasoned up over here, I would say, sit for about a good hour. If you're if you want, you could also season this and leave it overnight. It would be better, but making a video here, so I have to show you what I have to do here in my next step. So what you're gonna do to this now, you're gonna fry this in a pan, to lock in all the juices in the meat. And then after it's fried up a little bit, we're gonna throw it into the beans and let it cook for 3 hours. Okay, now I put the meat inside the refrigerator, and actually it's been about 3 hours. So I'm just gonna take it out in a little bit, but first I'm gonna cut up our vegetables. Remember, we're gonna use half a green pepper, medium-sized onion, 3 cloves of garlic. Okay, we're gonna cut up half a pepper. We're gonna fry this up with the onion and garlic, and then the other half of the pepper we'll put in a little later when we make our spinners for our stew peas. All right, so let's get this cut up and we'll go to the next step. All right, so we added our vegetables, our peppers, onions, and garlic into the pan. I used 2 tablespoons of oil for this, you know, not a lot. You don't need a lot. We're going to let the onions cook down, the peppers and all, and the garlic, let it all get translucent, you know, almost like see-through. We're keeping this on a low. So let's just cook this for like about 5 minutes. After this is all cooked down, we'll add our meat in here, and we'll seed up our meat. And then all this is going to be thrown into the pot of beans. Now, you could just make it with the beef, the stew beef, if you prefer, because a lot of people don't like pork, or you know, you're supposed to make this with pigtail, really, but there was none in the market today. So I used the piece of pork there, the hocks. Um, I'm telling you, it's good to put that pork inside of there because it's going to give it such a rich flavor. It's like when you're making sauce, you know, you use pork and ground beef in your meatballs, you know, and some veal. So it's the same thing here. You got to add some type of pork to this dish over here.